So today I would like to talk about people who are renting and who want to start aquaponics. I receive very often a question about, is it possible to have aquaponics if I don't own the property, if I am renting, and if I live in a small area, a small house or an apartment. And to respond to this, I want to tell you that first, just be aware that when I arrived in Australia, I was renting. And I have been renting for 8 years and more. And I just bought this property 1.5 years ago. So during all this previous time, I had aquaponic systems in rental properties, in properties that I was renting. And it was not an issue at all. The only difference is that you can't do the same type of aquaponic system, of course. So here I am working with in-ground aquaponics, while before I used to work with off-ground aquaponics, and I still have the off-ground aquaponics, and I will show them to you. If you watch my video, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You can have something that looks extremely nice. You don't need to have ugly plastic aquaponic system. You can have aquaponic systems that are looking amazing and renting the property. And if you move, you can move with the aquaponic system. Take them with you. It's never easy to move, right? Because of course it's a large volume. There is water. You can remove the water when you move it, of course. But yeah, it's always heavy equipment. But that said, it's totally doable. I have moved several times with aquaponic systems, and while it requires some effort, it's doable, and at least you don't lose your, because here you see I got this in-ground aquaponic system. It's perfect if you are owning your property. But if I was renting, I wouldn't do that. First, it's an investment, and then when you move, you can't move with the system. You can take the liner, but it doesn't make much sense, right? So for me, if I am renting, I would go off-ground aquaponics, and if I am owning the property, I will go with in-ground aquaponics. So the response to the question is yes, you can definitely go and grow some food in aquaponics even if you are renting. It's not an issue. And that's something I would recommend anyone doing if you are renting and if you like growing your own food. Go for it, because aquaponics doesn't make any noise. You are not going to disturb your neighbors. But during all this time where you are renting, at least if you have an aquaponic system that is running, you're going to learn a lot from it. So you're going to learn about growing fish, you're going to learn about growing plants and vegetables, and all this is very precious knowledge. So then if one day you move to your own house and you want to do something like this that is more elaborated, an in-ground aquaponic system, then you are prepared. You know what's working, what's not, you know what to do, what not to do. So in this case, you don't waste your time. And I know that a lot of people, when they think about aquaponics from a general perspective, aside from my channel, it's always plastic that you see. But I can tell you that there are some ways to design an aquaponic system that doesn't look plastic, that look really, really nice. And you can do it by yourself at home. And by the way, if you want to be involved in aquaponics, if you want to know more about aquaponics and learn more, I highly recommend you to, of course, watch my videos, but mostly to subscribe. On the description of the video, there is a link. And there you can join the Aquaponics Revolution movement. And by joining the movement, you will have access to some information that I only send to people who subscribe. And it's special tips, aquaponics tips, and you are aware of all the news and what is happening here, and it's going to inspire you to to grow food in aquaponics wherever you are. So you see, I just redone the terrace, but here before we had some off-ground aquaponic systems. Let me show you a few. You know, because I also offer some equipment for aquaponics and I test it. So that's one of the setup I use to test the bell siphons when I offer bell siphon. So this one is what we call an EcoFlex aquaponic system. I got 2 of them. And here there is this one that is on standby. This one is also an EcoFlex aquaponic system. And you can definitely do this, you know, you produce a bit of food at home. This one hasn't been plugged for a while, but you see you still have some plants that are alive. I need to do some painting because I just redid the wall and I will put it here. So that's the type of things you can do. And aside from that, once you have one of the setup, you can put some grow beds aside. You see, this one is a grow bed that you can put aside and you connect it to the fish tank, so it increases the capacity of the whole system. So those things are possible. If you want to start aquaponics and you are renting, it's totally doable, and it's even something that I recommend. So that's it for this video today. I wish you a lovely day, and yeah, have a think about it, but aquaponics is not always plastic. You can do something looking really nice using the good equipment, good material. Anyway, I'm going to talk more about this for the people who are into the aquaponics revolution movement. I will send you a few emails about it.